This is the Princess Y95. It's currently the largest in the Princess range, although there is bigger boats planned. And we have filmed one of these before, but there's a very good reason why I want to show you this one, and that is because this is a 6-cabin layout. To the best of my knowledge, it's the first Princess ever with 6 cabins. It's amazing what they've done with this one. It's a really, really good layout. It's very different from the previous one, which is 5 cabin. It's a layout you can still have, of course, but this is a very interesting option. So I'm going to take you on board and I'm going to show you the full thing. We've got the cockpit here, of course. We've got the bar area over on this side with the fridge and so forth. But let's go on inside, do the interior, and I'll take you around the entire boat. This then is the interior, and one of the challenges with this yacht and with the 6-cabin layout was to make sure there was enough dining for that amount of people, and so that's why we've got this really big dining table here. You can see it's actually kind of like a double width because you've got 2 seats at the end, and that's giving us the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 that you need for a 6-cabin boat. But it's a lovely space. They've gone with the walnut in this one. Of course, there's options on the woodwork, as there always is with Princess. There's also options on whether you have the high gloss or the matte finish that this one's got. I particularly like the matte finish walnut. I think it looks really good. Got fridge in there, for example. We've got wine cooler in that one. All the usual accoutrements. And actually, another thing which I didn't point out as we came in, let's back up. Beep, 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 beep. We've got the TV that rises out of here as well, so you've got that as a cinema zone. I love the marble that they've put up here and backlit. That looks really good. I'll take you this side first of all, have a quick look at the galley, and then we'll head on through the accommodation. So here there's side access straight out onto the decks and back. We've got, of course, a whole load of storage. In fact, that was designed for a coffee machine because you can slide that away then and use that like so. And worth mentioning as well, of course, it's probably obvious, but there's a door here that slides across, so this can be all closed off. Another wine cooler here. We've got refrigeration, we've got freezer drawers. It's the sort of stuff you'd expect to find on a boat of this caliber. The twin ovens, the big hob, the sinks over on this side, the storage all the way around the top, the storage over here. It's a big space, and you can go straight out from here into the forward accommodation. But what I think we'll do is we'll come back because I want to show you everything, and then we'll loop across in front of this huge marble wall. This is very Princess with the curves here and places like this. And then we've got the side door again straight out. Stairs down to the lower deck, we'll take that in just a moment. Stairs up as well, of course. And then forward of this, that is that entrance from the galley. So that comes straight through there. Bit more storage for bags and other bits and pieces. In fact, there's a hanging rail in there as well, so that's great for coats and things. And then just behind me, it's not me this time. I checked. This is the, that's put me off completely. That's the day heads. There we go. Someone's answered it. Well done. No, they haven't. It's still going. Quite all right. I'll edit that out later. And here is the main deck master cabin. This is a real super yacht feature, isn't it? To have this up here like this, and it's a great size. We have got wardrobes in places like this as we come in, but in fact there's a massive walk-in wardrobe over in that corner over there. I'll show you that in just a second. But yes, storage is king on a boat like this, and you can see full of cushions at the minute, but it's everywhere. I love this settee in here. That's a great place to tuck yourself away. It makes this like a little lounge area almost, as a private zone for the owners, doesn't it? That works well. We've got drawers under the bed there as well. Massive TV in here. Great place to snuggle down for a movie night, and then the ensuite is here. So there's a door to close that one off for a bit of privacy, and then of course the sink, the mirror wave, storage again tucked away in places like this, and the shower is behind me. Great big rainfall shower. It's what you expect in a yacht of this caliber, and it is precisely what you get. That is a nice space. Let's go and take a quick look in that walk-in wardrobe just for completion. But yeah, that is a dressing room, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Look at this. That's nice. In fact, there's even a mirror wave. Look, there it is. Brilliant. Let's close that back up. Dressing area on this side. Of course, this lifts up for your mirror and your jewellery and so forth. And the softest of soft closes. There it goes. Nice. Look at the grain that runs across these drawers. And check this out. Glasses, drawers, and I'm guessing since there's glasses, there's possibly a little fridge in here. Let's have a look. And I'm wrong, but you could have. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That is a great space, isn't it? Perfect. Okay, let's press on. I want to show you the lower deck because, of course, that is key to this particular boat, to have this 6-cabin layout. And the access to that we saw just back here. Very Princess, beautiful woodwork, beautifully lit. I'll take you forward first of all because we'll find the VIP guest cabin up here in the bow. And this, it really is owner cabin standard, isn't it? Look at the footprint to this. That is beautiful. Lots of space, lots of light, lots of loveliness. There is an even ensuite, as you expect, tucked away in here. Beautifully done. And then, of course, rainfall shower, the towel rail, all that kind of stuff is all in behind there. And the loo is there as well, naturally. And then again, of course, they do use every area. So we've got drawers down under the bed like this. There's storage over here. Even these sections here will lift up to give more space to put things away. Lighting controls are by the bed. And we've got these lovely bedside lights at the end as well. That is fantastic, isn't it? Very, very nice indeed. I like that. I like that a lot. Good. You might be wondering about wardrobes. Well, we have got a full walk-in wardrobe and shelving in here. That's very, very nice. And again, little dressing table. Another big mirror. You've had your mirror wave, let's keep going. So back here, that is the same as the 5-cabin boat, and these are very similar to the 5-cabin boat. In fact, what they've done with these, just in case there's not enough sleeping, there's actually Pullman berths in here as well. So you've got that option for a bit of extra sleeping if it's required. But these normally are twin beds, as you can see, and hanging wardrobe. Is there any other kind? I don't think so. And that one up there again, bits of storage and so forth. This is very Princess. Look how the grain follows all the way through. Isn't that lovely? And again, the big whole windows. The circular sections are opening sections for ventilation. And the view out of here today is of Monaco. That's not too bad, is it? Ensuite, of course, that's up here. Thusly, and we have again the rainfall shower, the sink, storage under the sink, the loo, and so forth. If we cross over, we'll find a similar kind of deal over here. So the twin beds, and again another Pullman. You could take the sleeping up on here to 14, which is remarkable, isn't it? But great for kids if they've got friends staying and that sort of thing. That's absolutely perfect. Again, it's a similar deal. So we have the wardrobe in over here and the shelves down underneath, and we have the ensuite tucked away in this one. And again, a massive shower. There's no compromise. These are the smallest cabins, and yet you still get everything really well proportioned. Nice, nice, nice. But we'll head back again because this is where it gets particularly interesting. Now, the original layout which I believe you can still have, of course, is to have a door here and then a cabin that's right across the full beam of the boat. It really is an owner standard cabin, which begs the question, why do you want an owner standard cabin when you've got the owner's cabin already on the main deck? So they split this into two and made two really nice VIP cabins back here. This, to my mind, makes a huge amount of sense, because you don't come in here and think, well, it's half a cabin. That is a proper full-size space. Absolutely fantastic. Of course you've got the AV equipment, of course you've got storage down here, of course you've got wardrobes about the place. It's a fully functional cabin. And there is no sense of compromise anywhere. If we come back here to the ensuite, well, again, it's just fantastic, isn't it? And the loo, of course, over on this side. So that, to my mind, to have two of these are just bits of extra storage, incidentally tucked away in places like this, shelving and so forth, so we keep your toothpaste and a spare toothbrush. But that is a nice cabin, and you get two of those instead of one really, really big cabin. As I say, if you want the one really, really big cabin, of course, no problem. But this, I think, makes sense. And I think I'm right in saying this is the, well, certainly to my knowledge, it's the only one I've seen that is below the 24-metre load line length regulations, and yet it gives you a 6-cabin layout. That is rather special. And it does it, I think this is the key, it does it without feeling like, well, yeah, but you've only got half cabins back here. That's a proper cabin. Again, wardrobes on this side. It's first class. That's absolutely brilliant. So that is the lower deck. I'm curious as to what's in here. And it is, as I suspected, a washing machine. There's other laundry facilities on the boat. That's something there so that if people using these cabins want to just come and wash their smalls, they can do. Brilliant. Works well, doesn't it? Works really well. And of course the usual Princess ambience with this woodwork and this upholstery and this lighting and all the lovely details that we expect from these guys. That then is the main deck and the lower deck and the galley covered. So what I'm going to do now is take you round and up, and we'll look at the bridge and we'll look at the flybridge. So right up here is your helm position. As I say, there is another one right up on top, but this is your main helm, and here we've got engine instrumentation and we've got multifunction displays right across here. This one is the bonning screen, so in here we can go into all kinds of stuff. We can look at fuel transfer in here, we can come back out of there, we can go into water systems, all of the controls of the boat basically. AC power, it's all here, climate control, all configurable from there. Obviously there's climate controls in all of the cabins, but that's giving you like an overview and control of everything. Engine controls, bow and stern thruster controls, the FLIR camera is that joystick over there, and then there's seating up here as well, so it's a great area for the crew to come and congregate when the boat's underway. Absolutely fantastic. Storage up in behind here. You can see the radiators there for the crew, tucked away. It's neat, isn't it? There's even, I think I'm right in saying, yeah, a bit of storage in there as well. Great for charts and that kind of thing. And all nicely lined and stitched and edged. Wonderful. There's the main switch panel here for DC systems and AC systems. That's right inside that door. And you're raised up here. It is a raised pilot house, so your view out the front is pretty darn good. Perfect. Okay, we are going to press on a bit further. We're going to head up to the flybridge and we're going to take a look at what's on offer up here. I mentioned there was another helm position. This is it. So again, you've got your multifunction displays, you've got your bonding system, you've got your bow and stern thrusters, autopilot, VHF radio, all the kind of stuff that you've got down at that main helm, you've got repeated here as well. So that works very well. Look at the way they fit this compass up in here. That's nifty, isn't it? And an even better view, of course, from up here. That's really good. The other thing we've got here is louvres in the hardtop, so these can be angled in any direction or run flat to give you proper shade if you want it. There's a seating area over here. This is a nice place to be when the boat's underway. And that noise you can hear is the waterfall. We'll come back to that. Bar area is on this side. And of course you've got things like refrigeration in here. You've got the grills underneath here. Ice maker, all that kind of stuff, the sink underneath there and so forth. That's all to cater straight out to here. But again, we've got none of these oversized tables. Look at the size of this. So again, 4 down each side, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Absolutely fantastic. And then right back here, the hot tub with the waterfall. Look at that. That's nifty, isn't it? We can come right on back then. And we've got this open area at the back of the boat that is to lay out however you want. So sun loungers, popular choice, but you might want to put chairs out here. You can put whatever you like, obviously. But yeah, that's a great space, isn't it? Look how you've got the awning that extends out of the back of the hardtop as well. Very nice, bit of extra shade. These stairs take you down back to the cockpit where we came on. And I'm a little bit curious as to what's in here. I've got a feeling I know what it is, but rather than embarrass myself and be wrong again, I'll open it and check. It's just a big storage area. Okay, fair enough. So canopies, that sort of thing, very helpful. And yes, I did wonder whether it might be a crane to put a tender up here, but no, not on this one. Good. Satellite domes, radars, all that sort of stuff is up on the top. Can we see that a bit better? There it is. And we'll go back past. This is great, isn't it? A lovely space. But yeah, space for a full complement there. Okay, let's head on round, because what you can do from here is head out of the side and head forward. And this will bring us out to the foredeck. More sunbathing. These are the windscreens that are in front of the helm station, obviously, the bridge, and sunbathing up here. And a very nice convivial area currently occupied by the Gregster. There he is.
Very nice here.
Making a guest appearance. This is a great place to be, actually, isn't it?
I'm going to move here. I'm going to move here now.
You do look very comfortable. You and Maggie with your hats. That looks very convivial.
Great spots.
I'll carry on doing the work, you guys relax. We've got the anchor capstans here as well, of course, twin anchors on this one. And this one, I'm guessing, is a deck locker. Let's have a little look. Could never assume. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a massive bosun's locker in there for deck gear, cleaning gear, canopies, anything you want to keep in there, fenders. That's where all that can go. Perfect. And then the bimini poles, of course, they are removable, as is the bimini above us. Good. Have a lovely afternoon, Greg. See you in a bit.
Bye.
If we head back down this side, then you'll see that we've got steps downwards, and that brings us back down to the main deck. So I'm going to take you down there, walk you through the cockpit, and we'll head down, we'll look at the crew areas, and we will look at the engine space. This is the side door that comes out from the lobby area, where you've got the stairs up and down, you've got access to the galley through there, and that of course is the dining area. But we will head this way, past this lovely sliding door alongside the saloon. That's fantastic. And then we'll come back around here and we'll take in that beautiful cockpit area. Check that out. Those are the steps that we saw back from the flybridge that I mentioned come down to the aft deck, or the cockpit. that's them. So up there, you'd find yourself back next to the hot tub. So if we loop around this side, we will find, well, first of all, that door from the galley is right up there, but this is the one I want to take you to now, because in here we have access to crew areas and to the engine space. Let's go take a look. So the first thing to find is the crew mess area. Now it's worth mentioning we are at a very busy boat show, so you're going to see stuff tucked away. These are not how they would normally look in use. It's obviously always the challenge with boat shows is to find somewhere to put everything. Here we've got the laundry facilities. I mentioned that we were trying those when we went further around the boat. That's of course in addition to the one that we saw in the guest area on the lower deck. We've got a captain's cabin back here, so single bed, and the wardrobes are in here like this. And you can see we've got access to that bonding system again, so that everything can be monitored from here. Bit more storage down there, and there's another multifunction display which can be configured, as they all can, to show navigation or whatever else needs to be monitored. TV down here as well. There's a fridge tucked away in here like so. There is the Miele oven up here, as coffee machine as well, all that sort of thing. If we come over here, there are two more crew cabins. There are various crew cabin configurations for this boat, so this isn't the only one, but this is the one that this boat has. So we've got the two berths in this one. Again, you've got the wardrobe and so forth, and then this is the one that's a bit full of gear, but same kind of deal as the one next to us. It's got the two berths, wardrobes and so forth, and then these share this one in here, which is the heads and the shower, separate with a proper door across it in there, so it's not a wet room. That's a proper separate shower. Very, very good. That is actually not a bad space, isn't it? Superb. Let's press on a bit further, because this I want to show you. This is the engine space. As you've probably figured out for yourself, we've got MAN engines in this boat, and these are V12, 2,000 horsepower each. They're giving a top speed of a little over 20 knots. I think it's about 23 knots, but where this gets really interesting is when you back the speed right back, because at low speeds this becomes incredibly efficient. So efficient that at 12.5 knots you're only using 99 litres an hour, which is giving you 1,500 miles of range. But where it gets really interesting is when you back off again to 9 knots and that fuel consumption halves, 43 litres per hour. That's both engines combined. That's not per engine, that's total consumption. And that is giving you 2,300 nautical miles of range, which when you consider this is a 110 tonner boat, is pretty impressive. We can come right on round, and we've got generator on this side, generator on both sides of course, silencers, all that kind of stuff is all over here. And we come up here, you can see water makers. There's one there, another one over on this side, fire system of course, all that kind of stuff. Another generator tucked away down there, air conditioning plants are along here, but all nicely lit, all very get-outable. That is pretty cool. And then finally we have the hydraulics. So this is for things like the thrusters. I think the anchor winches are hydraulic on this one. Plenty going on. Emergency access, that takes you straight up to the cockpit to give you another route out of this area. Escape hatch basically. All very marvellous. That's the generator. Good, there we are. Let's come out of here. Let's close that one behind us. Doesn't that go impressively quiet when that's closed? Fantastic. And I think we've just about done it. Let's go and have a look at the bathing platform. I think that's the only area that we've not discussed. So we'll come out of here and take a wander back. So you'll see these controls here. These are for the beach club. No, they're not. I've got a beach club. Idiot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you can see these controls here. These are for the jet ski garage, which we're going to have a look at, and also the transformer. So this will lift a Williams 505 diesel jet up and onto the back of the boat. So this whole thing here lifts, moves across, lowers into the water. You can also use it for accessing the quay because it gives you steps up or steps down into the water. And then the idea is that with your dinghy off of here, you can bring a jet ski up, and that lives in the garage right here. I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying there's a beach club option for this as well. So if you wanted a beach club instead, that can be done in here. But on this one, you can see we've got the cradle there, and you can see we've got the Sea-Doo in there as well. And as well as that, there is space for your sea bobs and all various other accoutrements as well. And I think that's it. I think with that, we have covered everything. There's the Passerelle where we came on in the first place. But that, my friends, I think is a pretty comprehensive tour. There is another Y95 video on the channel. It's probably a bit more detailed than this one because I had a little bit more time. But certainly, if you want to see the difference in the layouts, that's the one to take a look at. And that, my friends, is about the size of that. Massive thanks to Princess Yachts for facilitating that tour in the middle of a busy Monaco yacht show, and huge thanks to you guys, as ever, for watching it. Catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.